As we continue through these Beatitudes in Matthew chapter 5 and verse 8, Jesus goes on to say, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." And so notice where Jesus says his citizens need to be pure, in the heart. And that reminds me of what Jesus said the problem was with the Pharisees when he called them unwashed cups and whitewashed tombs. Have you ever gone to the dishwasher to grab a clean cup? And it's sparkling on the outside. It's got that little bit of water on the bottom rim. And you go to turn it over to pour your drink in, but you realize that the person who had the cup before you didn't rinse it out before they put it in the dishwasher, and it's just filthy on the inside. What do? Well, you put it in the sink and you get a clean cup, because this cup that's not clean on the inside is not a clean cup. That was the Pharisees. They had been so focused on being cleansed on the outside that they had failed to be clean on the inside. The law said, do not commit adultery and do not murder. But their thought was, well, it doesn't say anything about lust or hatred. But Jesus says, no, that's just adultery and murder on the inside. They had carefully crafted their reputations. They wanted everybody to see them do these charitable deeds and these prayers and the fasting. But Jesus says, don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing, or go into your closet if you're tempted by that. And so our reputation is what people see that's going on the outside, but our character is what God sees that's really going on the inside. And so if we're not careful, we can live just like the Pharisees. We can go to church, we can sound the trumpet for our righteousness, we can get everybody fooled into thinking that we're pure and righteous people. But just remember, God sees our hearts. He knows what's going on the inside, and he wants us to not only be pure on the outside, but he wants us to be pure on the inside. And so we value our reputation. But we need to be far less concerned about what other people think about us and far more concerned about what God thinks about us. And Jesus says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Because God is their focus. They're going to ask God to come into their hearts and help clean house because they know they can't do that on their own. And so they're not perfect or sinless people, but they're like gold in the fire, slowly removing the dross out of their hearts and their lives because they're focused on doing God's will and not their will. They're focused on him, and they love what he loves and they hate what he hates. And they're diligent in the study of his word. They're diligent in their prayer. Their focus, single focus, is God. And so do we want to see God? Then we need to make him our single focus. And we need to be people who are pure not only on the outside, but on the inside.